then when someone like Nick Faldo would come back the next week, David's office had a big wall of videotapes. I would grab the most current Nick Faldo tape, grab the Nick Faldo folder. David would refresh his memory on what they did the week before, the month before, whatever the case may be.
The winner of the gold medal and the champion golfer for the year with a score of 270, Nick Faldo.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to work with a Leadbetter coach back in the very early 90s while I was still doing my PGA apprenticeship, and he asked me, do you want to come over to Lake Nona for the winter? Yeah, kind of do, because North England is not so great in the winter, so I came over, and you know, they say never meet your heroes, but in this case, definitely not. David was super generous with his time, and at the end said, hey, you should come and work for me. And that's pretty weird experience for your all-time hero, because we're an Englishman growing up in the 80s playing golf, David Leadbetter and Nick Faldo, and then you go out and practice there, and this guy says, hey, you should come and work for me. Really? Is this reality?
David's been a massive influence in my own career. I would actually say the work that he did with Nick Price, Nick Faldo early on was a big sort of reason I even got in the golf business. It really showed me that you can make these big changes with a golfer and see these crazy changes in their game, these crazy improvements. Nick Faldo's golf winning formula, Nick Price's the golf swing. These are two books that were huge influences on me early on. The videotapes of David with Faldo over at Valderrama were like some of my favorite tapes to watch. And then I spent a little time at Bradenton, and a lot of the coaches there were like super helpful to me when I was very early in my career. One of a guy that worked for Leadbetter named Adam Schreiber was a huge mentor to me for years. So I've had this sort of connection to David just as this inspiration, and then a lot of the coaches he's trained were direct mentors to me. I remember being out in LA at the Nissan Open in 1998, I believe, when they had it at Valencia, and Leadbetter was out there with Faldo, and I remember actually wanting Leadbetter's autograph more than I wanted Faldo's autograph. I was like very young at the time. So he's just a legend in the game, and his work has just been, him personally, and then his work has been a massive inspiration and influence in my own coaching.
For me personally, I mean, obviously for the masses, he was the #1 teacher because he was teaching all the best players in the world. I mean, you could have 3 of the top 4 players in the world on the tee at the same time. For me personally, he really instilled a ethos, so to speak, or a passion, a desire to always look behind the curtain, think outside the box. I mean, we had acupuncturists come in, rolfers come in, biomechanists come in, motor learning people come in, podiatrists come in. It was always sort of trying to turn the page and try to find the best way to help someone in an easier way, a faster way to help them score better on the golf course. So it was this never-ending passion, never-ending desire to find a way to help the one person that took longer for everybody else to help. And it wasn't in a malicious way, it wasn't in an egocentric way that I helped this person and this other person, this other coach couldn't. It was just the desire to help the player or help the student get better. And I mean, I hold that with me to this day.
He has helped us understand how to make golfers better, right? So there's so much that he's researched and explored and just been so generous in how he's shared that. So many coaches owe him this exceptionally high level of gratitude, but also so many golfers. I mean, how many golfers he's coached? I don't know, didn't put a number on it. I mean, it's it's thousands and thousands of people have had a lesson from David, and I think he continues to produce groundbreaking articles, points of view, perspectives that help people. People see his article in a magazine, they'll migrate to it, and they want to hear what he's got to say. He's still current, he's still valid. I mean, to be at the top of your game for 50 plus years is exceptional. I don't know if anybody has that level of longevity. And I think he is just renowned for being the godfather of golf coaching. And so many people have earned their careers and livelihoods as a result of that. So that's pretty much where it sits for me.